This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, welcome back to Essentially Dacob, my perfume YouTube channel, Perfume Shrine. Today we're talking my top 5 perfumes for the month of December 2021. My oh my, how time flies. It's been a year. The year is over already, and I have the feeling just yesterday I did my top 5 January perfumes for 2021, and here we are, the last month of the year already. Before we get to it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, push that subscription button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. You can also follow me on my main YouTube channel, superdacob, all spelled together, where you can also join my membership program. Become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together. That does help a lot to sustain all my channels. So one Patreon to support all the channels, same for the memberships. All right, you guys. And I'm mentioning this about the memberships on the main channel because for my tier 2 members and patrons, stay tuned for an exclusive video just for you guys where I touch base on the psychology behind the top 5 perfumes for the month of December. This will be an exclusive video just for tier 2 members and patrons. But for now, if we stay in the surface of December fragrances, let's get to it. 2021 marks the 100th birthday of Chanel No. 5. Yes, it is again in my top 5 for the month of December this time. This is the pure perfume of Chanel No. 5, 7.5 milliliter spray bottle. I have the newest batch, which is a 6 something batch number produced this year. So it is a fresh batch. It is wonderful. I am living for it. So I'm using this quite a bit. Actually, it's a tiny vial. Every time you open it, it kind of loses a droplet or two. So you have to. Oh, it's amazing. You see how little is left. So this one has been unboxed just two or 3 weeks ago. So plop, that's what it is. But the magic that it delivers, yeah, there's nothing you can't compare anything to. So anyway, celebrating the end of the 100th birthday year of Chanel No. 5, December 2021 had to be Chanel No. 5 Pure Perfume. Also because it is such a festive smell in many ways. I often wear Chanel No. 5 Pure Perfume in the holiday season. There's just something connected to Chanel No. 5 and festivities and special moments, almost sacred moments in many ways. That's when this one really kicks in and resonates with me in the best of ways. It's just so majestic, and I'm so happy that Chanel still produces the spray version of this one, because they have a tendency of discontinuing everything that is really cool and special. Unfortunately, Chanel, what are you doing to your perfumes? Let's hope that you at least keep the spray version of Chanel No. 5 alive. So that's my number 1. Morning, evening, and night, by the way. This one doesn't have a schedule. The schedule is whenever you're up for it. And sometimes I wake up in the morning and I crave it. Sometimes I crave it in the middle of the day. Sometimes at night. The next one is an interesting counterpart to Chanel No. 5, because Chanel No. 5 is a very abstract vision of almost smell of snow, as the creator, as Ernest Baum envisioned it, or has been said to have said, has been quoted to have said that it reminds him of snow. He wanted to create a vision of smell of snow and ice, but an abstract vision of it. Now, the opposite of that is something very concrete that is born from a very specific smell of almost food and roots and flowers that you can really envision through the smell. While number 5 is an abstract smell, where Coco said she didn't want you to be able to identify any flower in particular, but everything is supposed to blend together in one magical balloon. The opposite of that is Onoir, which is my number 2. Onoir, Eau de Parfum. Uh, Dior, from the Maison Dior collection or the Collection Privée. This one is about the licorice, it's about the lavender, it's about the immortelle, which in many cases on other people smells like curry. On me, it doesn't go in that curry direction. And then it has the burnt woods and the incense at the bottom. It's a very concrete, creates wonderful abstract visions of traveling through the past, but it's a very concrete perfume, the opposite of Chanel number 5. This one is a very, very specific perfume. And number 5 is very abstract. It's warm, it's gorgeous. This one merits a full bottle. I know they're big bottles, 250 ml, but it merits. It's hard to get. I know you gotta go all the way to Europe to get it, and then only in some countries. So you gotta have your connections in France, somebody who can get it for you and smuggle it in to whatever wherever country you're in. But it's worth the journey and the struggle to get a bottle, because it tells a very specific story. There's hope in here. There's also pain and suffering. I have been using it throughout the entire year, but it kind of comes full circle. Now that it's December. I purchased this bottle in December of last year, and it's now 1 year old. You see, I've used a lot, almost half a bottle in 1 year, and it has a lot of stories to tell throughout these seasons, and there's a sadness to it because there's this notion of something ending. When you have a notion of something ending connected to Onoir's smell, it almost makes you feel like embracing the end of something. And it's like a small death. Now, I know that the French call an orgasm the small death. I associate orgasms to perfumes because, in a way, they live on your skin when you spray them on, and then as they fade out and you have the dry down, they die. That is also a small death that you experience with every time you reapply perfume to your skin. And so this one, it's a very corporeal, it's a very material smell that you feel it dying on your skin. Very elegant, very poetic, and there's a sadness to that as well. So it's very befitting to the end of the year. Number 3 zhuzhes everything up and peps up the mood a little bit. It is the most, really for me this year, this has been the most electrifying and electric Chanel perfume. And I'm still living for it. In December, it is Le Lion de Chanel. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Electric, 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 electric. Despite what most people that have reviewed this perfume have to say about it, it is not old smelling. It is such a groundbreaking perfume to me, to my nose. It is very innovative. It is a very, very wonderfully composed fragrance that acknowledges the past, but with a very clear vision towards the future. It's a masterpiece, really. Olivier Polge, I know you could do Chanel dirty sometimes, but you did Chanel proud with this one. And that vision towards the future is my hope for 2022, that it's a better year, that it is a productive year, that it brings us joy and happiness. And those feelings of hope for the positive future is what I smell when I smell Le Lion de Chanel. So it definitely merits a special place in the top 5 perfumes for the month of December. The 4th fragrance for the month of December is one that I use not because I am particularly craving this perfume, but I use it a lot because I crave what this perfume reminds me of. And what this perfume reminds me of are the times before the lockdowns, uh, are the times when in winter months, especially end of the year, I would go to all of these special, holiday Christmas parties. I did the different works and jobs I had working in fashion and in art. And you would just meet with all your colleagues and teammates or whatever, and there would be always some sort of dinner. And that opulence that would go with it would be connected to this particular smell that I enjoyed a lot in those for the occasion of those events. And that would be Yves Saint Laurent's Noble Leather, a very festive, intense perfume that is now reflecting light like crazy. Unfortunately, all the best things get discontinued. Yves Saint Laurent discontinued this one. I dose it very sparingly because I don't want it to ever end. But you see, I have kind of, look how dark this one turned. It's almost black, like cognac. Um, Wonderful concoction. Leather, saffron, dried fruits, vanilla, and patchouli. Ugh. Almost brings me to tears. Not because this thing smells amazing, but because of the memories that are connected to this one. And boy, do I have some good memories connected to this one. And I don't know, I've noticed that, I'm reminiscing more in that direction. I'm going more into that direction of memory, but more about that in the exclusive video for tier 2 members and patrons of my main channel, where I will go in depth psychologically into all of these perfumes. As if what I'm doing now wasn't deep enough, right? It can go deeper. Trust you me. Okay. Anyway. Number 5. Number 5 is a perfume I have rediscovered for myself this year, particular now, since certain news hit out of the blue that François Demachy retired and left Dior Perfumes. So here we go, Mr. Demachy. This one's for you. You did a good job with this one. It's Fahrenheit, the pure perfume. The parfum of Fahrenheit. I've rediscovered, because, when the news hit that Demachy left and Francois Courjan has been appointed the new director of perfumes of Dior, Francis Courjan. I have been live streaming already for over 10 hours, I think, so bear with me. This one is Francis Courjan, right? This one is Demachy. So it's kind of interesting that both of them are in this month together. This one obviously wins because Francis took over, Demachy left. But Demachy does leave us with his legacy of sauvages. But he also has more subtle things, like this one, that almost nobody ever talks about. The pure perfume of Fahrenheit. Subtly blended in nuance of a bit more warmth than the Eau de Toilette would have. And it does turn this one into a festive type of concoction. It is my respect. I know I have a lot to say about Demachy. Not all of it good. But this is my respectful way of saying goodbye to Demachy at Dior. He did also deliver some interesting perfumes. This being one of them. Fahrenheit, the pure perfume. Because of the news of Demachy leaving, I kind of went through my archives and started kind of sniffing out all of Demachy's creations. And I thought to myself, you know what? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is also a very specific, time-specific perfume that connects me to specific memories when it was first released and I got it. And it does hold a special place in my heart. So, as you see, I'm on this kind of nostalgic, weird trip this month. And this one definitely meets that need that I have for reminiscing and kind of lingering on in this kind of I don't know, in many ways, perhaps you might say cringy attitude of like thinking, oh, those were the days. But this lockdown situation is really getting to me. We're getting on to the second year. Uh, and it's a long time. It's really a long time. And it's not like it's getting much better. People are very hysterical. It's driving people crazy. And I'm really kind of missing something that I've had in the past that I don't have anymore, which is a certain type of freedom. I have other freedoms now that I didn't have in the past. Let's be very clear about that. Not everything is gloomy and bad, but a certain type of freedom that I have lost. As I said, I've gained new freedoms, so we're not all is doom and gloom. The new freedoms are great, but the some of the freedoms that I have lost from the past, it hurts me because it's as if they were lost overnight without even a warning shot that that loss of freedom is coming. And it's painful because that's how life works. This kind of, this really intense awakening, realizing, oh my gosh, yeah, that's who said that anybody owed you any warning? Things just change like that, and you got to live in that new reality. Um, and a lot of these perfumes, to me, they smell of a time before the lockdown, and they smell of memory. They smell of something I lived and something that I smelled Fahrenheit, and I remember exactly the places I used to go to when I would wear this, the events I went to, the parties I went to, the jobs I had when I wore this, the type of travel I had, and I smell it, and I'm there, and with my memory and my thoughts, and my entire soul is there, but the body isn't, and life doesn't allow me to do that anymore. I don't have that freedom anymore, and it's painful. So it's beautiful that this smell has the power to take me back to those places, but it's also heartbreaking because I know that they're just a memory. But then maybe that's also the beauty of it. That's why we love to read books and poems, because they take us to a place where we cannot be, but our hearts and our thoughts can go there. So perfumes are like poems. Perfumes are like books that you read, except you don't need one entire week to read 500 pages of a book. That 500-page book is read in one sniff. And in one sniff, you've already read the whole book because you've lived it already. This is your book. These are your memories. This is your life connected to this smell. And every time you smell it, it's like rereading that entire book that you've written because it's your life. So yes, it's painful. It is. Because perfumes also remind you that time passes. It's ticking. And with every tick, another part is gone. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my top 5 for the month of December. My top 5 perfumes for the month of December. If you like this video, thumb it up. And let me know in the comment section down below what your top 5 perfumes for the month of December are, if you have any. And also let me read now in the chats. Maybe some of you already have your top lists to share with me. Shop Queen says, Yves Saint Laurent Noble Leather is one of my favorites. I spent a pretty penny going after a backup bottle. Oh, I know those backup bottles. Oh. Shop Queen says, although Le Lion doesn't work for me and my nose, I can't deny it as a masterpiece. I can still appreciate it as a piece of art. Justin asks, why does Yves Saint Laurent discontinue all their good ones? I've been asking myself the same question, Justin. It's because L'Oreal is at the bottom of it all. They just want to make profit. They don't care about heritage. You know what I mean? MC says, yay, you're still live. I've had a busy day and haven't been able to join yet. Well, welcome. You're never too late to join. The goodbye and the hello, says Oli. Fahrenheit Parfum, says Prof. Melvin. Justin says, still need to smell this one. Fahrenheit Perfume, smell it before they discontinue it. Because you never know. Fahrenheit, says Victoria. Good memories. Love all your pics. So comforting and inspiring. Thank you so much. Kimberly sends us love. Evil Olive says, yes, it's like mourning. Yeah, to mourn the loss of time, really. Julie says, I feel ya on the lockdown and the loss of freedom, Dacob. It's been tough. Justin says, Dacob, your perfume reviews lists are the best on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, Justin. Thank you. Alfalfa Forever says, thanks. Thank you, too, for watching. KDF sends us a perfume bottle and a little flowerlet. Thank you so much for the camellia. Love Fashion says, Dacob, review the dossier website. MC says, LV Contre Moi. So Louis Vuitton Contre Moi is one of your favorites for the month. Cactus Garden and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. That's your three for the month of December. Candy Fluff says, best, most heartfelt reviews I have encountered. Thank you so much, Candy Fluff. Unique Rivera says, fragrance can be as rapturous as a love letter, or as somber as the memory of a loved one long lost. Rhonda said, that is so true. Rhonda says, thank you, Dacob. I love your perfume reviews. Brilliant. Thank you, Rhonda, so much for watching. Kimberly says, everything ends, even the lockdown. Hold on. Well, on that note, let's end it here. This is giving us good hope to end it on that. I love you all. I love you guys all so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thumb up this video. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.